What's going on, guys? It's JAHRONMON. Welcome back to another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. I'm glad to see that everybody survived the holidays. I was actually traveling, which is why we haven't been having new episodes, but we are back, and today's episode is probably our best episode of the season. I mean, top to bottom, all of these sneakers are absolutely incredible, and we got 15 of them to talk about. So I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's just get straight to the kicks. Starting off the list at number 15, we got Robin Lopez with a custom colorway of the Zoom Freak 1. Despite now playing for the Magic, Robin Lopez is still rocking his former teammate's debut signature sneaker. This time, it's a custom with a pretty funny story behind them. As we all know, Robin Lopez has had some sort of vendetta against NBA mascots, and his beef with them has been well documented throughout the years. But since joining the Magic, Lopez and Steph, the team's mascot, have called a truce, and apparently, Steph has come bearing gifts with this custom pair of kicks which feature a portrait of himself on the upper, alongside some pink laces which really pop off the silhouette. According to Lopez, Steph gifted these to him during Christmas, so you gotta wonder if he's thinking about calling a truce with some other mascots in the league, because if they're just gonna keep giving him awesome sneakers like these, he should probably think about making all his enemies his friends. Next up at number 14, we got James Harden with a new colorway of the Harden Volume 6. During his marquee matchup against the Lakers, the LA native rocks a new colorway of his latest signature sneaker, which is actually inspired by a Laker legend. Taking a closer look at the dual pull tabs on the tongue, which, by the way, is a super unique feature that I'm actually a huge fan of, you'll see that Adidas added the numbers 24 and 8 to honor the late Kobe Bryant, all while sitting on top of a yellow and black colorway with subtle hits of purples to complete the Laker theme. Obviously, I'm loving the nod to Kobe in these, but aside from that, I've just always been a huge fan of yellow and black sneakers, especially when they feature small hits of purple, as it reminds me of some of the great PEs that Kobe wore back in the day. Next up at number 13, we have Lance Stephenson bringing back the And1 Tai Chi. In case you missed it, Born Ready is back in the league, and man did he make a grand entrance with a historic performance which saw him drop 20 points in the first quarter, which is the first time a bench player has ever scored 20 in the opening quarter. Now you guys know the old adage, it must be the shoes, as Lance rocks a Born Ready PE of the And1 Tai Chis, which feature that classic two-tone design in a white and blue color scheme, alongside a yellow outsole, as well as some metallic gold hits, which offer a premium look that I really like. But seriously, And1 was super popular when I was growing up. I mean, everybody was wearing them, and they used to have these really funny t-shirts with like funny jokes on them that were all basketball related, and I just saw one on Instagram. I mean, check out this t-shirt. That is crazy that that was a product that you could actually buy that basically dissed everybody's mama. You definitely could not get away with that today. Next up at number 12, we have LaMelo Ball with a new colorway of MB01s. So in my early performance review / first impressions, I had mentioned that I thought the best visual design element of the Melos was lost in that launch colorway, but this new black and red colorway pretty much solves that problem. On top of using my two favorite colors, this colorway showcases that flame design on the collar in a bright red while sitting on top of a black upper, which allowed those flames to pop and help the silhouette show off its visual character a lot better than it did with that monochromatic launch colorway. I will say that these are a bit of a safer, more generic colorway, so I'm not too sure if Puma should have launched the MB01 with these. What I do know is that this colorway does give you a much better sense as to what makes the Melos unique, and it's got me really excited to see what other colorways Puma has lined up down the road. Coming in at number 11, we have the return of Kyrie Irving with the Nike Kyrie 3. Over the years, Kyrie has been an absolute staple on NBA kicks with awesome colorways and player exclusives. But as we all know, Kyrie hasn't been on the court lately, so we haven't been getting treated with new Kyrie sneakers or colorways. But now that he's back, he returns with an old fan favorite. Kyrie decides to rock the alternate red Mamba mentality colorway for his return, probably because he was super excited to get back out on the floor and play basketball and wanted to rock something that would just put him in the right mindset. And what better pair of kicks to rock than these? Everything about this colorway hits all the right marks, and hopefully we get to see another Bruce Lee / Kobe inspired colorway of Kyrie's latest sneaker, which now that he's back on the floor, we might actually get a chance to see. Next up at number 10, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo with a new colorway of Zoom Freak 3s. Giannis busts out a new colorway of his latest silhouette, which have some of that alphabet soup DNA from his previous silhouettes, but also has some finals MVP flavor as well. The top part of this colorway uses a white, blue, and teal color scheme, with the upper donning that alphabet soup style pattern, while the bottom half uses a metallic gold midsole as well as a clear translucent outsole. Now, I will admit that this colorway does feel like two different colorways smashed onto one. It's still cool to see Nike continue the alphabet soup theme, especially on this silhouette, as I think it's the best Giannis shoe to date visually. Next up at number 9, we have Carmelo Anthony with a new PE of the Air Jordan 36. Now, Christmas-themed sneakers aren't as popular as they once were. I mean, there used to be a time where every major brand would drop a Christmas-themed pack every season, but now they've kind of scaled it back and resorted to making them player-exclusive colorways, like we see here with Jordan Brand and Carmelo. Now, Melo did rock two Christmas-themed sneakers over the holidays, but out of the two, the red pair is hands down my favorite, with a perfectly tacky velvet accent, as well as a small splash of bright green to bring in the holiday theme, alongside a Santa logo on the back pull tab for good measure. What I really like about these is that from a distance, they really stand out on the floor, and those black hits really push those colors to pop out nicely. So overall, this is just a really solid job by Jordan Brand. Next up at number 8, we have Bones Highland with a custom colorway of Under Armour Flow Future X's. The NBA has been home of some of the greatest nicknames in sports. We had Muggsy Bogues, Magic Johnson, Speedy Claxton, and now we have Bones Highland of the Denver Nuggets, who is given his nickname due to his slender frame. Now, Bones rocks a custom Under Armour silhouette, which of course features a skeleton with similar braids to Highland, playing basketball in a very traditional tattoo style of artwork. But what sets these over the top is the Volt panel on the upper, which is also glow in the dark. The addition of that glow in the dark accent just fits with this overall theme perfectly and makes this custom unique without being overcomplicated. I mean, really, it just looks like an official PE as opposed to a player commission custom, and for that, Bones gets major drip points. What I want to know is, what is your basketball nickname? Growing up, mine was Slice. I mean, I grew up in the and 1 era, so everyone had a nickname. Mine was Slice. I had this one friend, his name was Wasim, and his nickname was Wasabi. Coming in at number 7, we have LeBron James with a new colorway of the LeBron 8. During his Christmas Day game, LBJ rocks this metallic gold colorway, which features a black midsole with gold speckles, as well as a pattern inner lining, which should ring some bells if you're a big LeBron sneaker fan. These are indeed an alternate take on the iconic Watch the Throne colorway, which just saw a recent retro release, but instead of using metallic gold accents alongside a black upper, this colorway flips things on its head with an all gold upper. It also looks like this colorway uses a glow in the dark outsole, which is something Nike left off the retros. So overall, this is a nice alternate take, but I still think I'd take a pair of 9s over these. Next up at number 6, we have Justin Holiday with a super unique colorway of the Li Ning Speed 8. The Speed 8 from Li-Ning is already a super unique looking sneaker, but this colorway, it just takes things to a whole other level. Using neutral tones with navy and rainbow hits, the upper on this colorway features a bunch of math formulas and graphs, which I couldn't tell you what they mean for the life of me, but it is no doubt a super unique look that really stands out amongst all the other sneakers out there. And if you're watching this wondering if all the stuff you're learning in math class now is actually stuff you're going to use when you get out into the real world, I mean, I don't even know what these say, so you do the math. Next up at number 5, we have Donovan Mitchell with the Don issue number 3. Obviously inspired by the Disney Pixar classic Monsters, Inc., this Mike Wazowski colorway is actually a part of a pack with the Dame 7s inspired by Sully, but as for these Don issues, that bright green color scheme with small hits of black throughout really invoked the character it's inspired by, but just for good measure, Adidas added an eye on each of the tongues to bang home the theme. When in doubt, use nostalgia, and Adidas did exactly that, so they're a winner. Next up at number 4, we got Tyrese Halliburton with a custom colorway of Kyrie Low 4s. Finally, Tyrese is back with another banger custom, this time inspired by one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. This custom, which was flawlessly done by Andrew TL on Instagram, is inspired by the Home Alone franchise with a Macaulay Culkin portrait on the right shoe, while the left shoe has everybody's favorite criminals, Harry and Marv. The realism that Andrew pulls off on these portraits is just absolutely incredible. I mean, they truly do look like the characters themselves, and whatever method he used hits the nail right on the head because it looks like a straight up photo, and the artwork surrounding the portraits is really clean as well, with sharp snowflakes as well as a simple light blue color scheme, which allows that artwork to pop. I really had a hard time putting these at just the number 4 spot, but I have to live with my decision, and regardless, these are just flat out incredible. Next up at number 3, we have Malik Monk with a custom colorway of Kobe 6 Pro Tros. So when it came down to the 2 holiday customs, my love for the Kobe 6 as a silhouette definitely factored into my decision, but just as a concept alone, I love this custom that Malik rocked. This angry, stoned, or just chilled out cat in an ugly sweater that says gang gang is absolutely hysterical, and the rest of the custom is executed perfectly as well, with an ugly sweater style theme that flows perfectly with the scaled upper of the 6s, as it gives the patterns on the upper a knitted look. This is just so absurd, so tacky, you got to love it, and that's why I gave them the slight edge over Tyrese's pair, but let me know which pair you like better in the comments section below. Also, who is this cat? Is this like a character, or is Malik just into cats like that? Coming in as our runner-up, we have Draymond Green with the debut of a new Converse basketball silhouette. Hot damn. Now, not only did Draymond debut a brand new silhouette, which some people actually think could be Draymond's first signature sneaker. I don't think that. I don't think we'll ever get a Draymond signature. But what we do see here is crazy, bold, and quite frankly, right up my alley. Now, yes, I do realize that these can be a little hard on the eyes with that crazy optical illusion-like pattern sitting underneath a Converse logo, which has an equally as crazy pattern within it. But you guys know me, I absolutely love my black and white sneakers, and I'm also a huge fan of crazy bold patterns, so whatever these Converse sneakers are, I'm here for it. I absolutely love how Converse just went all out and put that pattern on damn near every inch of this silhouette, with only small splashes of colors on the branding, which includes, if you look closely, air zoom on the midsole, which means that the performance of this silhouette sounds very promising. Unfortunately, not much information about whatever this mystery silhouette has been unveiled yet, but whatever these are, I'm really excited for them, especially if Converse is going to keep dropping crazy bold colorways like these. I mean, honestly, if they just drop this same exact colorway, they got my money. So Converse, don't mess it up. drop this colorway, and secure the dub. Finally, at number 1, we have Russell Westbrook with the debut of the Y-Not 0.5. So while I technically like Draymond's Converses better than these Westbrooks, these are a debut signature sneaker. And we have rules here on NBA Kick. So here they are at the number 1 spot, but regardless of my own personal opinions, these are still a dope silhouette. Following a lot of the same design philosophies as previous models, the Y-Not 0.5 is not much different from its older brothers, with the same layered design with exposed stitching, straps, sharp angles, and overall fashion / off-white style aesthetic. This colorway that Russ rocked on Christmas Day is actually inspired by his fashion brand Honor the Gift, which you can see with the logos on the back of the heel. But overall, just as a standalone colorway, I actually really like the neutral colors as they complement the silhouette very well. Now, Russ has rocked a variety of other colorways since their debut, but they really don't come close to these Honor the Gifts, so big ups to Russ and Jordan Brand for picking the right colorway to debut these with, as they officially land at the number 1 spot as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during Week 7 of the 2021-22 season. Like I said, guys, this list was probably the best of the season. Top to bottom, we just had awesome sneakers everywhere. So if you enjoyed the list, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. And remember to subscribe to the channel for more sneaker-related content just like this. My name's Jaron. It's been great having you. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.